There's something that happens in almost every senior transition that families don't expect. The parent isn't fully honest about how they're doing. They say things like, I'm fine, I got it handled, I don't need help, and everything's under control. But behind the scenes, maybe the refrigerator is nearly empty. Maybe medications are getting mixed up. Maybe the house is harder to manage than it used to be. Maybe they've already fallen, but didn't tell anyone. Today, we're going to talk about why seniors often hide how they're really doing and why understanding this dynamic can help families respond with more clarity and less conflict. Because in most cases, it's not deception, it's protection. Hi, I'm Corpus, a senior transition specialist and seniors real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I work with families navigating senior living decisions, housing transitions, and care planning across Contra Costa, Alameda, Santa Clara, San Mateo, and San Francisco counties. And one pattern I see over and over again is this. Families think the problem is resistance, but the deeper issue is often fear and identity. This is another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where we bring clarity to decisions that are too often made under pressure. Let's dive in. For most seniors, independence isn't just practical, it's emotional. It represents control, dignity, self-respect, identity. Many seniors have spent decades raising families, managing careers, maintaining homes, and solving problems. They were the ones people relied on. So when physical limitations begin appearing, slower movement, memory issues, balance problems, fatigue, it can feel like something fundamental is slipping away. And that instinctive response is often hide the problem. Not because they want to mislead their family, but because acknowledging the issue can feel like acknowledging the loss of independence. Another reason seniors minimize problems is fear of what happens next. They may worry that if they admit difficulties, their family will immediately push for assisted living, caregivers, selling the house, giving up driving, and financial oversight. From their perspective, being honest may feel like opening a door they can't close again. So they protect themselves by saying, I'm fine, even when things are becoming harder. This is less about dishonesty and more about protecting control over their life. There's another emotional layer many families underestimate. A lot of seniors are deeply concerned about becoming a burden to their children. They see their adult children balancing careers, kids, mortgages, busy lives, and they think, I don't want to add more stress. So instead of asking for help, they quietly manage as best as they can. They may skip things like doctor appointments, home maintenance, grocery shopping, and medication refills, all in an effort to avoid causing trouble. Ironically, this can create more serious problems later. Pride plays a powerful role too. Imagine someone who spent their entire life capable and self-reliant. Maybe they ran a household, maybe they ran a business, maybe they were the person everyone went to for advice. Admitting that they now need help can feel like admitting that the person they used to be is gone. So instead, they maintain the narrative, I'm just doing fine, even when subtle signs suggest otherwise. This is why families often miss the early signals, because seniors may not say directly that they're struggling. Instead, the clues appear in small changes. Things like unopened mail piling up, expired food in the fridge, unexplained bruises, increasing isolation, missed medications, clutter building in the home, or delayed maintenance issues. These small signs often tell a more accurate story than the words, I'm fine. When families notice these signs, their instinct is to often confront the situation. They might say, you clearly need help, or you can't keep living like this. But direct confrontation can trigger defensiveness because now the senior feels like their independence is being threatened, which can lead to denial, arguments, refusal to discuss options. This is why tone and timing matters so much in these conversations. The most effective conversations often start with curiosity rather than correction. Instead of saying, "You need help," you might ask, "What parts of the house feel hardest to manage lately?" Or, "What would make things easier day to day?" Or, "If something unexpected happened, who would you want helping you make decisions?" These questions open the door without forcing immediate change. They invite collaboration rather than confrontation. The families who navigate this most smoothly are the ones who start conversations before a crisis happens. They talk about housing options, safety modifications, caregiving support, financial planning, and long-term preferences. When these conversations happen earlier, transitions feel less like something being taken away and more like something being thoughtfully prepared. The truth is that most seniors aren't trying to deceive their families. They're trying to protect something deeply meaningful: their independence, their dignity, their identity. When families recognize that emotional layer, the conversation shifts. They don't want to burden their families. Pride and identity are powerful forces, and acknowledging struggle can feel like acknowledging loss. But when families approach these conversations with empathy and curiosity, they create space for better decisions. This has been another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast. If you're navigating senior transitions right now and trying to figure out the next step for a parent, here are some resources designed to help. Visit www.simplifyseniortransitions.com/families. This page provides guidance and resources specifically designed for families navigating senior transitions. And if you're a senior care professional who wants stronger positioning, clearer referral ecosystems, and more scalable systems in serving families in today's evolving senior care landscape, visit www.simplifyseniortransitions.com/professionals. And if this episode brought you clarity, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Reviews help more families and professionals find the show before stress turns into crisis. I'm Dale Corpus, and I'll see you on the next episode.